Life has been quite difficult for our buddy Myron Gaines over on Fresh and Fit. He can't keep any friends, can't keep monetization, and he continues to beg for money on X. If you check out this post, you'll hear the begging starting like this. For all those wondering, what's the best way to support me and my work? It's castleclub.tv. We have been demonetized for a year and banned from several social media platforms. Castle Club TV. Stop the show. He misspelled Castle Club on the first row, and then on the third row, he forgot the E. Just dumb.
Stupid.
Help! Castle Club TV helps us stay independent, so we are not controlled by big tech. So that was some more begging, and he is trying to get some money. But what else is he doing with his time? Well, we all know about what happened on Butler, Pennsylvania. There was a guy by the name of Matthew Crooks who unfortunately is deceased after trying to assassinate Donald Trump. Unfortunately, Mr. Crooks killed another innocent bystander, a man who was a fire chief in the area. But then again, we found out his suspicious activity before it all started.
And listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, But we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police are like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
Binoculars.
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? This is not a big place.
Did you see, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
And then that's Matthew Crooks. People are looking all over the internet for his particular information and his whereabouts. Now, as it appears, Matthew Crooks experienced some problems in his life.
Large media presence here. You've had members of the community come and approach us, including one person who said he actually went to high school with this suspected shooter. I want you to listen to a little bit of our conversation there.
He was bullied almost every day.
In what way? Can you explain?
He would sit alone at lunch. He was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays, so they're gonna see someone like that and they're gonna target him because they think it's funny or whatever. So it's the best way I can describe it.
So as you can hear, he was bullied almost every day. What made him do what he did with Donald Trump, or the attempt of the murder of Donald Trump, the world may or may never know. But never fear, Inspector Myron is here. You see, Inspector Myron, Mr. I used to work at Border Patrol, Mr. I know everything to know about law enforcement. He has an idea as to why this guy, Thomas Crooks, tried to kill Donald Trump. Now again, conspiracy theories never really lead to anything, especially online. I don't have much time to do conspiracy theories. I'm usually too busy trying to work and trying to mind my own business. But okay, let's stay on X all day, which is what he does. while not being monetized on YouTube, and trying to figure out and solve this case as to who had a motive for shooting Donald Trump. Well, first thing he does is he blames the Jewish community. Now, this is very interesting that I noticed a lot of the people in the red pill space have some level of chagrin toward what they consider the Zionist community. He spends a lot of his time on Twitter or X going back and forth with people on the pro-Israel side, which for me, as a pro-black, I don't have time for that. I'm too busy worried about the black community and worried about what I'm doing. But for all craps and giggles, let's look at Myron and seeing what he's doing. Sad music! Why do Zionists like Ed Krasen condone banning people for speech they don't like, but pro-free speech on everything else? I disagree with a lot of the things you say. Hypothetically, if you said F blacks, Muslims and Arabs, which I am all three, and got banned for it, I would still post saying we need to bring Ed back on X regardless of my personal opinion. Well, because you actually hate yourself. That's because you're a simp. I wouldn't wish cancellation on even my worst enemy. Why do you pro-Israel folks champion censorship? Now, for the reasons why you're, even engaging that person is not going to change anything, which is stupid. You're arguing with a person that their opinion will not change over Twitter because of what you're talking about. You're completely wasting your time. And this is something that a person that's a loser is doing, all right? But let's look at this again. Sad music, these Zionists literally call everyone anti-Semites to include God. So this is him again talking about, is God an anti-Semite opinion? It's an article, that's not important. But what is important? So Myron posted this, and I didn't screenshot this fast enough, and here we go. That post that is now deleted on Twitter or X says that Matthew Crooks was basically part Jewish. That's what they're saying, okay? Now, there's no actual proof of this or anything like that, but a lot of the guys on the far right are saying this. They're saying that the deep state is known for this. You hear Nick Fuentes coming up with these conspiracy theories. And then now Myron is blaming Israel for Matthew Crooks assassinating Donald Trump, which in my honest opinion, and that can't be true, knowing the technology and marksmanship that they would have in the military, they wouldn't send this guy. That's my honest opinion. Here's another post about Myron Gaines and those guys being demonetized. And it's because of stupid stuff like this. You see, you would think that these guys would focus on what's really important for their audience, which is dealing with men and women's dynamics and relationships in the red pill. But nope, what the red pill has turned into, regardless of their color and race, it has become the alt-right. Then these guys cry about why they can't get any support. Then you guys cry about why you can't do this or that. Because number one, you're not focused on what you should be focused on, which is yourself, and you keep being focused on things that you cannot prove and things that don't make any sense. Listen, I don't know what the person is. I'm not in politics, but again, if you can't prove it, why would you go out there and say that and then demonetize your own self? Then blame your fans for why they can't support you or why they're not giving you any money. Just stupid things like that. Sick things. Talking about what they would have did if they were there and what would have happened if they were in the Secret Service. Bro, you're not in the Secret Service. You're somewhere in your underwear making a podcast just like the rest of us. And this is what I want to tell a lot of the people in the community, especially in the black community. We need to really be focused on worrying about what our business is, okay? What's going on with Matthew Crooks, or what's going on with Donald Trump, or what's going on with the rest of those people. I believe it's above our experience, and our commentary regarding that experience should be minimal at all, because it doesn't help our group, it doesn't help our people, and people who know more about the situation can give further evidence and more skill set to really bringing that into fruition. But if you want to be a silly person like this and go back and forth with any other group online all day, and it's not just the Jews he goes after, the blacks, women, all day. A grown man is doing this all day. Then you wonder why you don't have any opportunities. People who want to build their group are focused on keeping opportunities open for their groups so that they can collaborate and reinvest into their groups instead of trying to cause chaos online all day and destroying their own opportunities. That's the difference. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all of you. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.